Welcome back, folks. Tonesterner here, and we've got another replay from a subscriber. This is an ace tanker, and this is from Devil Poop. I'm not sure where that name originates, but anyway, he is in his T-20. He has seen the channel, and he's decided to subscribe here and and submit some videos. And this is going to be a fairly long game. Not a huge amount happens at the start, but that's just the way it goes on Prokhorovka. He is mid-tier, so this thing has no armor, and as I've mentioned in the past, this thing is really as a sniper at the start. It's not meant to take damage because it just can't bounce anything. So he's going up to the hill, which is probably a good idea. He's a fairly fast tank. And he's got shots into the middle, it looks like. And I did pre-watch this just in 4 times. So the position that he's in here is quite good. One thing I'll say is that with this tank, 160 pen is just really, really poor. I mean, it's good for a tier 7 medium, but when you're facing tier 8s and you're at long distance, I bet you if you're getting lucky if you're going to get 130 penetration out of it for real. So why that Scorpion pushed up that far, I do not know. And unfortunately, our hero does not get a shot into him. So it looks like he's got 2 marks on this tank. I don't know if he's trying to 3 mark it, but if you are, Devil, I would load about 10 more gold rounds. So he's got camo on it. So let's see what happens here. I think he's just going to take a bunch of shots of opportunity here, and that's okay. He's a little upset with his gun. He mentioned that in the replay that in his email that he does not like this gun, and I can understand that, and I can sympathize with that somewhat, but you are taking long shots at distance, and so penetration drops off over distance. You're probably, like I said, 120 to 130 pen would just be a guess of what your values are when you're shooting at these guys. And when you're shooting at tanks, when you have 130 pen, you're like a tier 6 medium. So that's why I load gold. This thing, if you're trying to 3 mark it, you almost need gold rounds, because the gold is 243, right? So you can butter a lot of that stuff. And here he's going for real sliver shots, right? Which is fine. I mean, they're free shots, so there's nothing wrong with it. But his team's down a little bit, 1 to 3. That was a nice shot. And he's up to 400 damage. Now, one thing, you can get that same shot if you just move over a little bit to the right, and you absolutely won't get lit. Now, I haven't seen if you've got 6th Sense on this or not, so I don't know if you were spotted, but we know that there's a couple of guys in the middle, and you could take some serious damage if you get lit here. So, T-44 in the open. There's a nice tracking shot. Just so happened that you caught right into the front drive wheel there as he was full flush side on. So I'm just trying to, I mean, a lot of people don't like to fire gold rounds. I mean, I feel like if you're trying to 3 mark a tank, they're almost necessary. And this tank in particular, you know, a tier 6 medium, you could probably get away with not using a lot unless you're in a bad matchup. But in this tank in particular, because it hits for 240 and it's got such a long reload, the good news is it hits for 240. The bad news is it's got a long reload and it doesn't have enough pen for heavy tanks, really. And the gold rounds are so much better that I find it to be almost a necessary evil. Anyway, let's talk about what he's doing. And right now he's repositioning, and he's which I think is a good thing. There's no reason for him to be up there face to face with those tier 7 and 8 heavies, especially if they can get hull down. and he's just being patient, and you notice he pulls out enough that he can spot the Black Prince, and then he gets the assist for it. So it's 7-7 at this point. He doesn't have anybody in the middle, and he's got nobody really pushing the one line. So his team is not in great positions, I don't feel. So this game starts to pick up pretty quick here. As soon as this ISM dies, it picks up, because with this ISM here, he can't really poke the middle. And even though the ISM's view range is horrendous, poking the middle is a bad idea, because if you get lit, it doesn't matter if he has good view range or not, he can shoot you, right? So there was a T-20 here, and that T-20 is on super low health. He's able to take that T-20 out, right? So he's trying to bust a move and get out of here, and he takes a big hit from that ISM. One thing you could have done is sat up against that Oni's dead hole, and just until you got unlit, and then got out of there. But I understand there's two RDs, you know, do you really want to sit still, or would you rather just take the one hit, right? So it's kind of that's a call you have to make. The advantage that you have in that position is that you are, you haven't been lit in a while, and RD is not likely to be aiming there. So it looks like the heavies are going to push and try and take out this ISM, which is a good thing. It's good that they're moving together. And they've got a Progetto in support. Okay, and now he's loading gold, which I think is a fantastic idea. I guess I'm a gold spammer, so I would have loaded gold almost immediately. Let me know in the comments if you are trying to 3-mark this tank. Because I'd be interested to find out. If you are, I really, really would implore you to add some gold rounds and see if you can do it with the gold rounds a little easier. And he's aiming for that last shot on the ISM, and he's able to get it. A whopping 40 damage. So good job there. He's up to 2 kills. One trick I like to do is I like to come up on top of this railway, and because you can dive back down immediately if you get lit, and sometimes you'll catch guys moving, so it's just an idea. In the meantime, he spots the M12, who is on the move, and also the S51 it looks like he spotted. So he gets a little bit of assist. He's up to 1,200 damage, 400 assist. And he's loaded back in standard rounds, I believe. Yeah, he's back to standard rounds, and he's just moving forward, trying to get this S51 out of the game. There we go. Good job. 1,500 damage, 400 assist, and 4 kills. So it looks like he understands bush mechanics. He pops up into the bush. He continues to move, but at least he popped up into the bush first, and he's able to pick up quite a bit of assist there. So he's probably got some blind assist. Oh, that was lucky. That T-103 did not pen him. Both of those guys are using gold rounds on a tier 7 medium. That's hilarious. So he's trying to mask his approach, and he's deciding to go to the right of where he thinks the enemy is. That T-103 is not a good tank, and furthermore, that tank is in a horrible position, right? So he takes the time to aim and track the guy, right? Which is a good thing. However, the guy still has a kit because he's been sitting in the back of the map all game doing nothing. So Wow, that's great. 2,000 damage, 1,600 assist, and I bet you he's got some blind assist because I saw some guys take damage after they went dark, and for a few seconds you still get that assist. So let's go ahead and take a look at the after action report on this. Okay, Devil's Poop. Here's your ace tanker, and you ended up with the Pascucci's for killing both the artilleries and one bond. So that's good. I'm really curious to see how much assist you did. 2,083 damage, so no blind damage. 1,231 XP, which is quite good. Of course, it looks like, I think that's an Artie, was second place, and your Scorpion G was third place. So 25 shots, 18 hits, 10 pens, and this is why I use gold rounds in this thing. 2,300 assists, so that puts him up to 4,400 total, and he earned 15,000 credits. Of course, I would have lost probably 30,000 because that's just me, and 2,400 XP on a 2-time. So we appreciate you sending that in. Welcome to the channel, and we look forward to seeing your comments on this game, and let us know again if you're trying to 3-mark that tank. Thanks again for watching. Tonester out.